Hello, welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. My name's Maria. If you're new here, I mainly vlog video about homeschooling, urban homesteading and home life. Well, I suppose today's video comes under home life because we're going to be doing another recipe in the air fryer. What we're going to be doing today is apple crumble. I say home life, but it's a bit homesteading as well because the apples are from my own apple trees and I've had them in deep freeze. So I thought what we'll do then, we'll make up the crumble mix first and prepare the apples, and then we're going to pop it into the air fryer to cook. I've never done one in the air fryer before. This is all trial and error, and you're seeing it as I'm doing it for the first time. I have done something a bit different today though. I did manage to get an extension lead. Anybody who's been watching me for the last couple have heard me moaning about the size of my kitchen. So I did get an extension lead, and I've got the air fryer on the table down below. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to see a bit better by doing it that way and give me a bit more space. So without further ado, we'll get on and we'll make the apple crumble. So I'm going to start off by making the crumble mix, which is quite easy to do really. Might have to bring it down a little bit so you can just see. So you'll have to excuse me if you can't see my head, but I'm mainly interested in you being able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so you'll probably just see a bit of me. So first of all, we're going to measure out to do the crumble mixture. We're going to need, we'll do the dry ingredient first. 4 ounces of plain flour. So we'll do that first. Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll move that, haven't we, out of your way because every little thing blocks your way. I wonder if I could sort of bring you up and down a bit. Can you see like that any better? You might be able to see me a little bit more. I'll try and see. So 4 ounces of plain flour. And then we want 2 ounces of margarine, butter, whatever you use. I use an olive spread. So I want 2 ounces of that. That's 1 ounce. Oh, we've gone slightly over. And you never know whether the scales are actually accurate. They move around so much. I'm going to take that off and start that bit again. So I'll halve that. So I'm not happy with that. There we are. Much happier with that. Thing is, I don't know about you, but put these scales on, get it right, take it off, put it back on, and it's saying different and thinking, oh dear. I do need some new scales actually. So after that then, pop that in a bowl. We want 4 ounces of sugar. Well, I'm going to weigh the sugar out, but I'm not going to put it in just yet. Not bothered if it's a bit under actually. So I'm going to put that just down there for the moment, and we'll move the scales. Then you'll be able to see better what I'm doing. So I've already washed my hands. I always forget to say that, but I have washed them before I started. So we're going to just rub this together so it resembles breadcrumbs. Now, I've never ever done this in the air fryer before. I'm starting to get the hang of converting the times, which will be a big winner for me because I can do recipes then and just convert it, and hopefully that's all it'll take and everything will work out. But I mean, even cooking in the conventional oven, things don't always work out, do they? It's not always a winner. I've had some real disasters and I've had some brilliant things, but you know, I'm not what you call a cook, chef or anything like that, but I do enjoy cooking. Especially if I can make something from scratch or something that I've grown in the garden myself. I really enjoy doing that. It sort of gives you a sense of satisfaction really. So this is coming on nice now. It's resembling crumbs. I think all my margarine has gone into it. So what we do then, we pour some of this sugar in and leave a little bit for your fruit. Now, I'm not too worried about my fruit because, like I say, the apples are from my apple trees. and they're all eating apples. So I cook with eating apples, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to have cooking apples. They're just bitterer. Especially if you're doing a dessert, and you can use a cooking apple, and it's a lot sweeter anyway. So, you know, you don't have to go overboard on the sugar then, which I find is a lot better. So we'll just mix that in. I'm not going to put too much over the apples. I'll just mainly put it on to the crumb mix. I think you save about an ounce for your apples, but that should be enough. So we'll just mix that in so it stays looking like breadcrumbs. Try not to over mix it, because otherwise it starts to congeal like pastry. So you just have to get it just right, really. But I think that's got it, to be honest with you. So that's my fine breadcrumbs. That's my crumbled mix. Now I'm going to put the apples into the basin. I've already greased it. With that there. Now the apples, you might be a bit shocked, because when apples hit the air they go brown, and these are looking a bit brown. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not poisonous, you can eat them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just they've been in deep freeze and they've come out now, and obviously they're defrosted and they go brown. So same when you're peeling them. If you can't peel them fast enough, they go brown. But these have been peeled and put into lemon water. I do mix them with lemon, and I soak them in lemon water while I'm doing a big batch of them. So when I froze them, they were white. I mean, you get the odd one that perhaps wasn't, but mainly they were all the white apple colour. But because I've taken them out, you know, they've gone like this. That's all right, there's nothing to worry about. Certainly fine to eat, there's no problems with them. Some of them are still a bit frozen, but that doesn't matter, because they'll cook in the air fryer. I'm saying as though I'm a professional. I'm hoping they'll cook in the air fryer. Oh dear. It's all right talking the talk, but will I be able to walk the walk? This may come out a horrible sloppy mess. I've got a bit of ice in here as well, so I'm going to chuck that out. You're right. It's really will be an experiment, I think. Right, I'm just going to wipe my hands behind you, because the one thing it does get is very sticky and horrible. So wipe them. What I'm going to do, get the rest of that sugar and just pour it over. I mean, you don't really need to put it on. I used to make apple pies for my father-in-law, who's diabetic, and didn't use sugar at all, and it was perfectly fine. He enjoyed it. So then just get your crumble and top it. I was going to say top your pie. It's not a pie, is it? There. Make sure it spreads all around, and don't do my favourite trick of chucking it all over the side. I've got raspberries in my freezer as well. I was thinking, oh, shall I get the raspberries and do them? But I've got quite a lot of apples and raspberries, bags of raspberries, and it won't be long until the raspberries will be growing again, because they're already starting to sprout. If you've seen my gardening collab video, you can see the raspberry bushes are already coming to life, and they don't take long once they get going, and they have a massive abundance of raspberries. Picking them all the time, which is lovely. But I'm going to have a lot more recipes on the go this year for things. Right, so it just says to pat it down a little bit. I've seen some people poke holes in it, but I never have. I've never poked holes in it, but I have seen it done. Right, that's ready now to go in the air fryer. That was nice and quick, wasn't it? But the thing is, because I'd already got the apples prepped, they're already in my freezer, it makes a big difference. It's just the hardest point is in harvest season. Oh dear, harvesting time, when you're doing gluttons of food and gluts of it, you know, I shouldn't say glutton, glut of food, then oh, it takes forever. But you appreciate it this time of year when you're taking stuff out of the freezer and just using it. So I'm going to wash my hands now, and we're going to take this down to the air fryer. So we're down with the air fryer. We're down in my kitchen area. Excuse the Easter tree. Put my finger across there. My daughter's been decorating at the weekend. So we're going to take the crumble. That's how it looks at the moment. Pop it in here. Now we'll bring you down a little bit. I'm hoping that you can see this. You can't see me so well, but there we are. I nearly forgot to plug it in. Just plugged it in. So I'll just swing you around just so you see it. I got a little extension lead. Oh, no good at pointing like this. There, as you can see. That weren't bad, and cost me £8 from B&M. So it's ideal, then it can run down to the plug on the floor. So anyway, we're going to switch it on. Switch it to air fry. Can you see that okay? To air fry. I think it was 160 the temperature. 160, and then 36 minutes. Okay, we're ready to go. And we're off. Let's hope this works out okay. We'll come back in 36 minutes and we'll see. So I'm back. It's just beeped, which means it's done. So shall we take a look? I'm always nervous at this part, thinking what will have happened in there. So let's have a look. Tea towel. Oh, doesn't look too bad. Can you see in there? We'll take it out. Let's just put that there so we can take it out. It's bubbling, so it's nice and hot. I should have used somebody's advice to put some foil under it to pick it up, but it's not too bad. But that looks okay. It's all bubbling nicely, so it's all cooked. Beautiful golden brown on top. Do you know that colour is nicer than when I do it in the oven? Because when I do it in the oven, you always get an odd burnt edge. But look at that. Beautiful. It almost looks like it's not cooked at all, but yes, it's definitely golden brown. So all it needs now is a taste test. So I'm going to leave it cool a moment. Then I'm going to put some in a bowl and I'm going to taste it. And we'll see what it tastes like. So it's actually better if I sit down, you can see me and what I'm doing. I'm going to take some out now and we shall see what it's like. It's still quite warm, but we shall see what it's like. Oh, it looks nice and crumbly. That looks really nice. Plenty of apple. Right, just a bit of the crusty bit off the side. I do like the crusty bits. You better not touch it with bare hands. But I do like a bit of custard. I mean, I don't know how you like your crumble. In summertime, if I'm doing a crumble, because sometimes I do strawberry crumbles. If we get a glut of strawberries, I do a strawberry crumble and we serve it with ice cream. So that's quite nice. So just put some custard on there. Don't drown it. Should have brought the plate to stand that on actually. Right, taste test. We'll see what it's like. It does really look nice. I mean, look at that. Oh, I don't know where to start. Don't put too much in case it's really hot. That's lovely. That apple has really, I won't say melted, it sort of melts in your mouth. I mean, apple can't melt, but it's so soft. It's nice. And there's a little bit of crunch to the crumble, which is what you want. Oh, that's lovely. The crumble's not too sweet. It's just nice, because sometimes you can do a crumble and you can taste a lot of sugar in it sometimes, but yeah, and because I've tried not to put so much in, well, I didn't measure quite 4 into it. It was 4 ounces of sugar, but I didn't quite do 4 because I knew the apples in it would be cooking apples and they've got their own sweetness, so you don't need to put any more in. So yeah, that is beautiful. That is really lovely. From now on, I'm going to be doing all my crumbles in that air fryer. That's really nice. Along with the other thing I liked, that my favourite in it as well, was omelettes. They were lovely. They were much better than the ones I do in the frying pan. So them and the crumbles are going in here in future. It's brilliant. That's cooked them far better than the oven ever has done. That tastes wonderful. So yeah, definitely do yourself a crumble. Doesn't have to be apple, it could be anything. I've got raspberries in my freezer, so I might do some raspberry ones in there as well. I'm still on the lookout for some more pans and things that will fit in there. I actually want to get a squarish one to fit in there. I mean, to have a look in the pound shops and places like that. They often do quite a range of them, and B&M, places like that. So I'll have a look, see if I can find one that will fit in there. And yeah, I'll be definitely doing lots more. So thank you for watching, and it's be weekend soon, Thursday today, so it'll be the weekend. So now perhaps see you on Monday. We'll see if we come back on Monday with some form of video. I don't know if it'll be a homeschooling video because Sean's now broke up. Well, from tomorrow she'll have broken up for a fortnight's Easter holidays, because those of you who've just joined me and don't know, I mean, Sean went to primary school and she's got friends and whatnot, so she spends, well, she has the holidays the same as the school. She keeps them in line so she can catch up with people, and so she keeps it all the same like that. So yeah, she'll be on holiday for a fortnight, so I don't know whether we'll show you some homeschooling videos or what Sean's up to, or we might slot another cooking one, and who knows. I'm tempted to make lots more things now. So yeah, but anyway, Monday we'll come back with some form of a video about something. So have a good weekend, everybody, and take care of yourselves. Bye.